Welcome everyone, it's Vapor Dragamar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. And that's a bit loud. Turn that down, please. Anyway, yeah. I am back with more ridiculous stuff to do with trying to level food and stuff. We are not far away from trying to first off, we don't need all these dupes. We can get more of them anyway. And they're not rares either, so don't tell me that they're faction guardians, because I can assure you they are not faction guardians. They are just uncommons. They're almost... I almost overlooked them completely. So, I'm going to create those. Level up. 1 food. Yeah, we'll be getting into that. I have to make sure that, okay, we have 2 minutes to do that. I guess I could start off with leveling you and you. Now this is my typical method of doing it. There are other methods of doing this, but this is one way you can do it. But I'm not leaving it any more than that, because we are literally... Okay, I'm gonna actually do some regular standard old arena. Nah. We are doing this. I cannot... Okay, we have a minute. I know it's a bit of a luxury to, like, farm more gold bars. But I'm going to take that liberty to do that. Okay, no, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I can't. I have to have these fragments each night. There's no other way. There is literally no other way. Because I know it's late. I know a lot of things are going on, but I gotta have these fragments, man. I have to prove to everyone that I am deadly serious about getting this Drexthar for this account. I am deadly serious. So yeah, 1 last fragment to go. Yes, sir. 1 last fragment. And a massive slugfest through evil, like, evil, okay, yeah, your accuracy is, Rabush. Okay. Like, again, it's worth the risk just to be able to have the fragments available. Because I don't want for any reason. Okay, we're going to take him out because the problem with Ninja and why I don't like to leave him alive in a fight is because he gets stronger each time. So I can't. Because, yeah, we're doing Taragi Wars today. Oh, you'll pay for that. Oh, you thought you were gonna get away with that? Let's take the damage out of the equation first. Yeah, let's take the damage out of the equation first, because then we can chill. Because I don't like necessarily lose these fights. Can we get the healing reduction on him, please? Of course not. Of course not. Can we land the healing reduction, please? More two. Why is it so hard to land the healing reduction on this man? There. There we go. There. Can we finally kill it? Thank you. Yes, I am continuing to try to get these bars. Even through higher team power stuff. Hell, I'll even take on people with higher team power than me. Just to prove it. Just to prove how dedicated I am to doing this. I'll even go for it. I will even risk it all just to prove it to you. Just to prove it to you. I'm going for the Stagnite specifically. Because the Stagnite's the big threat. Haikatoon, she's strong, but she's not as much of a damage threat as a Stagnite. Stagnite's ridiculous. Alright. Alright, we got some out of it. I'll take that. I'll take it. Some of this is really high team power stuff, though, that I'd rather not fight. Because it would be really difficult. I'm just experimenting with how this works. Killing her is going to be a nightmare. The thing that's funny is I have her, but I haven't bothered to build her out. Which perhaps is a mistake. Come to think of it. Yeah, we're not going to beat this. We're not going to beat it. Now, this person is a bit different. There's a chance. There's a small chance, but a chance. Now, the reason for this chance is because she has less regen and ability to recover than a Sill of the Drakes, which I probably should build my Sill. I probably should. And I probably will to pair with the Drexthar. As if you look, when I said the final gauntlet, I meant the final gauntlet. One fragment left. Barring a catastrophe tomorrow, we'll be able to get him. Oh, and one more thing. I need to do this crazy boss again. You might ask, why? Well, this is literally my last chance to get these feathers. And, yeah. It's 5 hours from now. That won't be a thing anymore. And the next rotation will start. We're not beating this whole thing before the next rotation. Because I'm not going to be able to get the gear. Now, I would use Reliquary Tender versus Baumel if that actually worked, or Mausoleum versus Baumel, but the reality is a lot worse. The reality of the matter is I might have to develop a Templar for each. I don't like to admit that this may come to pass, that's who I end up 6-starring. I really don't like to say that because everyone's not going to like me for that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Either that or we got to skip that rotation entirely and just save Mausoleum Mage. Or promote Templar later. Or promote Templar now and then save food later, or save food for both. I'm not sure which I want to do, which is more appealing. Because unfortunately, Templar may come into the fore because he's the only champion I can consistently get that will actually do the job. That's the problem. I mean, we'll have Drexthar for the next rotation, but I don't even know how good Drexthar is versus Bommel. And then, of course, there's the problem of I have to keep Drexthar alive, which is going to be a nightmare. Wow. Ever wonder why you need to fear this guy at this many Skybound stacks? This is why. This is why you have to fear him at that. I have to try again. You make one mistake on this boss and it screws you over so bad. See, the reason that I talk about maxing Templar is the problem is most of the champions that beat Bommel, they're not really useful for much else. Like, Burengiri has some use, but it really isn't much. Burengiri doesn't have much use outside of Bommel, but neither does Templar, so like, or Crimson Helm. And yet, same with Samar. Like, they all only really are useful there. I mean, Samar is about the most flexible of the Bommel champions, but most Bommel champions are not really used for anything else. They're not. And that's the problem. That's my problem. Trying to get the multiple Krisks out of the equation. Because having multiple Krisks in the equation is never helpful. But yes, it's annoying to lose to this guy because this will be the last time we can ever fight him. That's the problem. So generally, we're going to want to hit them pretty hard. So we're going to want to... Okay, this is dangerous. As you saw before, this boss is really dangerous at this point. Can he do it? Oh, just. Cause I have to get this last chance Griffin stuff in. Because I don't see if I can get any more Griffin stuff. Because this is the grass of the Griffin. And this is the second to last fragment before Drexthar's completed. Tomorrow, barring a catastrophe, I will have Drexthar. Yep. Yes, sir. We will have it. Getting that decreased defense on him is decent. Unfortunately, he has the very unfortunate property of being able to transfer it, which sucks. As you can see, though, this version is far less threatening than the other one. The other one is a far more threatening beast because it does a lot more. This one's just like a preliminary test. I'm mainly doing Griffin because I know that if I don't do any Griffin now, we're in for it. That's why. The Griffin is the one boss that's very hard to get the supplies for. Because that's my best my best use of the last bit of Doom Tower is the Griffin. Because he's the one with the irreplaceable stuff. As I'm doing this to try to fix this account. This account needs more gear than anything. And I think it needs trying to think of what else does it need. It needs Banner Lords for sure. Banner Lords. Lizard Men and Banner Lords. It doesn't have any Lizard Men, but there's a specific... Oh yeah, it's Fellhound needs help. Yeah, and the Dupe Kale, but the Fellhound I think should take priority. I think the main problem is they set up too much of their buffs were set up. So that's part of the problem. If you let them set up shop too much, they get away with a lot. It's that combination of the fear and the it's that combination. I might have to save the revive. It's only poison. Yeah, getting the decrease attack back on him is going to be big. Unfortunately, it's immune to freeze, which I'm not the biggest fan of. We also lost our reviver, which isn't good. $15 Skybond stacks, pretty bad for us. Ooh, can we transfer, please? Okay. Okay. But yeah, because I need... I need these stuff done here. Now, why not? We'll do more bars. We'll do more bars. So we've got to keep it up. We've got to. Have to pressure him a lot. That's how you crumble an apothecary. You have to pressure them until they can't heal past it. Get the freeze on him. Focus him down. Yeah, I knew War Maiden was gonna be a problem. I knew that. But I don't really care if it gives me the tokens. Because I'm willing to pony up some sacrifice to get the last fragment. And we're going to do some... Why not? Got him. You know what we could do that's weird in the mind? Um... Yeah, we could do that. Hmm... I'm not beating that much with defense champs only. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. Because there is still a lot of champions on this account that have not been developed. And it's a problem. That was a nice destroy of that guy. I'll take that any day of the week. Do that. Gonna aim for that guy. Yeah, getting all those debuffs off. It's pretty good. Trying to get... do that. Get some peril in. The Tender's Watch helps. We're definitely going to want to transfer. There we go. Oh no, our Tender is down, which means our backup is down. Please let this be over soon. Please. Please. Thank you. Because I've gotta try to get as much feathers up as possible. Much feathers as possible. This is the last night I can get the feathers. The last gasp. I'm gonna make sure I can get these feathers. It's not like Fire Knight I can do anytime I want. Fire Knight is not the type of thing it just closes. This actually closes for a full month. Or a full, more than a month. This rotation will not be back until the one after... It has to rotate all the way back around again. Which sucks. But that's the reality of the matter. That is the reality of the matter. Because if there's one resource that I can't just do or get, it's this. Because then after that, it's... It's Doom Tower, and then it's... The Hydra boss is going to be out as well. But yes. It's the last gasp for the feathers. But yes. I think this will be the last one we do for that, and then I'll do a Fire Night. But you really can't ignore the feathers, because this is the last moment I can get them before. Because when I go to sleep the next day, we can't get these feathers anymore. Not for a very long time. More than a month. Maybe 2 months. So yeah. Because what these feathers from this griffin, they're magical. They're used for crafting magical guardian gear that I can't get anywhere else. And that's part of the problem. I can't get this gear anywhere else. I can't craft it from anything else. So that's part of why I have to try to fight this griffin as much as I do. Because I've got to fight this griffin off. Ow. This guy sure hurts. He also strips your buffs as well, just to make this harder. Just if you thought it was bad enough that he puts your debuffs on you, he also strips you. And that's when you screw this fight up, yeah, you just die. You have to do it within a time frame. And that's part of what sucks about this fight. Let's try to get one more successful griffin in before I finally call it a day. And I'm sure you guys do not want to see me do any more Fire Night for now. I'm pretty sure you guys have your full fill of Fire Night for the next Doom Tower rotation or two. Because that's literally what ends up happening. Is that Fire Night tournament and Arbiter missions come around, And they make me have to do so much Fire Knight that by the time you're done with the Fire Knight, nobody on the planet wants to see that boss anymore. Literally nobody. Nobody wants me to see me even fight it once anymore. That's how dumb it is. The only reason I'm even bothering to fight the Griffin a lot is because the Griffin is not like the Fire Knight. Like the Fire Knight, it doesn't have to be a Fire Knight tournament. It doesn't have to have rewards. Like I can get Fire Knight anytime. I don't need a reason to fight Fire Knight. Like usually I want a reason to fight Fire Knight. But like I don't need... There's no like urgent need. Oh, the Fire Knight's going away and will never come back. It doesn't go like that. You can fight Fire Knight anytime I dang well want to. If I need to fight Fire Knight straight away, I can fight Fire Knight. This one is more like, oh, you missed that? Too bad. You're not going to see it for the next 2 months or longer. Like you won't be seeing it until some crazy stuff happens. Like you'll have an arbiter, you'll have a whole bunch of stuff, and then you'll see the champion, you know? Like that's the kind of the terribleness of Doom Tower is it's not the same kind of forgiveness. You're not like forgiven for any of that, you know? This is hard. Especially as his Skyborn BS stacks up, he gets harder and harder to beat. I swear I had the pattern on him last time. Okay, so maybe, whatever. I forgot what his pattern was. I have to go to bed anyway. Oh, that boss is so frustrating, and yet I have to fight that boss. This was the last moment. I'm just gonna give it up for now. Just for now. Like that's what we're getting for that. As a consolation prize, I'm just gonna do Fire Knight because I know I can beat it. I'll do the Fire Knight I know I can do on this account because I can't even do that far because I don't have a bloody cold heart. I just don't. And you need a cold heart for the higher degrees because you need someone who can consistently multi-hit and does an anti-heal And it needs to be a very high number of hits. And it needs to do a lot of damage to high health targets. Not many champions can do this other than Coldheart. So that's something to note. That's why it always hurts me. That's why it always hurts me whenever someone says, oh, I don't care, Coldheart's nothing. Because so many people don't have one, including this account. Coldheart is a big, big deal. It's so hard to get a Coldheart. You can be stuck for months and months without one unless you're a whale. Only whales get to say, oh, I have multiple Coldhearts and stuff. That's a sign. It's a sign you've spent a buttload of money on this game. If you have multiple Coldhearts, or it's like, oh, Coldhearts. The real one is not just multiple Coldhearts, but oh, Coldheart's nothing. That's the real sign you're an ardent whale. Is if when you start to say the words Coldheart is nothing, that's when I know you are a very serious whale. You are a very serious kraken when you say those words. It's one way I can tell straight away that you are a whale. Like a hardcore whale is when you're telling me, oh, Coldheart's nothing. Yeah, you are the one of the hardest spenders in this game if you're telling me that. And that's a fact. I'm not even gonna conceal that from you. One day this account will get a Coldheart. One day. I mean, she's a blue. Like, I've seen people get her in 10 pulls, etc., etc. So if I just save up, then I might get a Coldheart. I might even get some good epics. I mean, honestly, I could do with some good epics. I do not mind stooping to epics or rares. Good epics or rares any day. I do not need legendaries. I've learned that I don't need them over time. I really don't. But what trolls me the most is when I don't even get those epics or rares, and then the enemies, the whales, get those by the boatload. And they're like, I don't want those. It's like, what would I wouldn't give? What would I wouldn't give to just have those epics? To just have your, in quotations, nothing. What I wouldn't give to have your nothing. For that pull. Because your nothing, your so-called rubbish pull to me would be like the pull of the year. Like, that's what I'm looking at those whales like. Yeah. Yeah, your rubbish, in quotes, pull would be like my pull of the whole year. I'd be like, that's it. We got a Skull Crown. We've practically beat the game. Or most of the game. Now all we need to do is develop the Skull Crown. But the thing is, it's hard to even develop all of that because it takes a lot of resources to develop a good champion. That's the problem. That is my current issue right now. It's not just, oh, can I get the champion? It's, can I even store them all? Can I even afford to keep them all? You know? Can I even level up the ones I've got? Because that's a bitter truth about all these shard pulls everyone does. They are hard on your resources. Because, like, unless you're feeding all of those champs, I can't even see... I can't even see what you would do with all those champs. The thing is, though, the difference between... like, the whale's definition of food, I think, and our definition of food are like two different things. And that's a fact. That is a grim fact, I believe, that we're at some point we're going to have to accept that the definition of what whales have and the definition of what we have are two entirely different monsters. Because when it comes to these whales, they're like hegemon or nothing. It's like, wow, that's greedy. That is so greedy. Like, if you could even see... I'm so distracted from this. I think I might lose this fight. Yeah, I think I might genuinely lose this fight. Oh, I'm playing like crap thinking about whales. Fuck. No. I hate the fact that there's these people that spend unfathomable amounts of money on this game so that they can have these unfair advantages to every other person on the planet. Was to look up to them and say, like, yeah, you have like 1 million champions. Yeah. How do you even level all of them? And they're like, I have an XP barrel. All right, we screwed this up. We screwed it up. I screwed up. I got sidetracked. Because once I lose that one champion, the heal reduction, whoever I use for heal reduction, it's over. Like, once I lose Hellborn Sprite in this comp, it's over. Because no one else is there to do it, and Mortu doesn't have multi-hits, so he's very bad for Fire Knight. And that's a fact. This version you can easily lose at if you like what I just did. All right, can we focus up and beat this vermin? You know what? I'm just going to crack that shield open. Because at this point, I'm pissed. At this point, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I lost control of the stupid Fire Knight. It's mostly because we don't have a Cold Heart. Cold Heart would change this account completely. It would make this boss would be a joke. Suddenly, this boss would be a joke if I had a Cold Heart. And that's why That's why I said previously, some of these champs that people overlook would change other accounts completely. Like Deacon Armstrong's another one. Like I do think that taking him to 6-star might change that other account. It's basically what Deacon does is he allows... What does he allow? Okay, yeah, this is the flow you want. Because you don't want... Yeah, this is how this works. You want these continuous heals going. Because without the continuous heals, this team comp falls apart. There we go. This is how it's meant to go. But again, Cold Heart would have make this way easier because she puts this. Not only is it a guaranteed anti-heal and a triple hit, but it has no cooldown. Do you know how OP that is for Fire Knight? Does anyone realize how OP that is? In fact, I can't even progress to the higher ranks of Fire Knight until Cold Heart is found. Literally. Okay. We'll just leave it there. Maybe. Let's try this. This might have been better to put a Madame Saris on here. The main thing I think is going to be to cut out the miscreated. Cut the miscreated out of the picture. And then cut out the Visix. The thing about Visix is I won't own her for a while to come. Because she is a day 270 reward. And it's not easy. Trying to kill this Achak. But I had to kill his team first. Let's fight this off. Do that. There we go. There we go. I'm getting rid of the stagnite first, because I do not need stagnite being a problem. Ow. This is surprisingly rough. This was more rough than I bargained for, this part. And I'm kind of surprised. Okay, is he going to res for a third time? No. Okay. I'll just leave it. Actually, I'll take this and then leave it. How's that? That'll give me plenty of tokens. Wow, this guy does a lot of damage. Okay, I know you do a lot of damage because maybe not that much, but actually I do know you do that much. What am I talking about? I've seen videos of you. I've seen videos of you. It's why I bothered to develop you out before. All right. And tomorrow, at some point, we'll be able to get that Drexthar fragment. Yes, sir.